contributes the most to GDP and attracts most attention from commentators. Although the associated problems of measurement are widely acknowledged, engaging service sector productivity raises far more difficulties than that of manufacturing. In 2010, the World Bank published figures for 138 countries on the proportion of value-added GDP attributable to the service sector. Of these, only 36 countries owed less than half of their value added to the service sector, and even in those 36 countries, the service sector was a significant contributor to the economy, since only 17 had earned less than 40% of value added from it, and only 2 less than 30%. The service sector is where most people in the developed world are employed. It also attracts a considerable amount of government interest, as most knowledge-based jobs and professional jobs are situated in the service sector, making it the powerhouse of the knowledge economy. As a result, when commentators attempt to predict the future for work and national economies, they tend to focus on the service sector, as prosperous futures are seen in terms of knowledge work. Technological aficionados also see the future as service-based, with the rise of e-services shifting the way we communicate, enjoy music or film, and shop through the likes of Facebook, Amazon, and eBay. Does this activity, employment, and value added disprove Adam Smith's analysis? What Adam Smith failed to appreciate, of course, was that it is possible to view service sector businesses from different standpoints. A pub, restaurant, or cafe may indeed be where many people spend their money, but these are also, from the perspective of the publican, restaurateur, and coffee shop owner, the places where money is made. Service labor is not unproductive in the sense that money cannot be made from it simply because it has no tangible outputs. This is not to argue that the intangibility of service sector goods do not generate some concerns. It is difficult to establish quality in the service sector or assess productivity. Some headway has been made in this regard, but the most robust figures are taken from transport and distribution, where activities are more tangible and more susceptible to measurement. The dot-com bubble and the banking crisis in the first decade of the 21st century raised questions about both the regulation of and the fragility of service sector organizations. Clearly, the same could be said of many other markets, as well as of money itself. There have been bubbles of inflated prices, followed by crashes in housing, tulips, and gold, so tangibility is no defense. Even if the service sector is more vulnerable than manufacturing, this is an aspect of economic life that most countries must learn to deal with, as, for the near future at least, the economies of the developed world will be based on services. Because of this, unsurprisingly, there is a positive tsunami of interest in services and the service sector. They are now the subject of extensive research, dedicated books and journals, detailed studies, and theoretical innovations. The service sector was also, between 2008 and 2011, the focus of the Economic and Social Research Council's Advanced Institute of Management, AIM, initiative. AIM was designed to foster and promote the best in British management research, and as part of its remit, it funded 6 cohorts of AIM fellows, including one dedicated to the service sector. These service fellows were Juliana Battisti, Kate Blackman, Irena Grugulis, Kathryn Haynes, Irene Ng, and Martin Spring. We were all mid-career academics, and between us we covered the areas of marketing, OM, economics, accounting, and employment. We all had very different perspectives on what the service sector was, whether it existed at all, and why it was important. Details of our individual research projects can be found on the AIM website at www.aimresearch.org, and details of the findings, together with many of the publications which resulted from the work, are accessible on the Economic and Social Research Council's website at www.esrc.ac.uk. In addition to these individual